Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Inmate fatally shot after attempting to disarm correctional officer. An inmate from the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center, who was admitted to a public health facility, was fatally shot when he attempted to disarm a correctional officer while being escorted to the bathroom. The disclosure was made by the Department of Correctional Service via a press release. The incident occurred about 6:50 a.m. on Sunday. The Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Independent Commission of Investigations are investigating the matter. Security guard shot and killed in Montego Bay. A 27-year-old security guard was shot and killed along the Barnett Street Main Road in Montego Bay, St. James on December 23rd. He has been identified as Thomas Sterling of Mount Salem in the parish. Reports from the Montego Bay Police are that about 11:30 p.m., citizens heard explosions and summoned them. Upon their arrival, Sterling was found lying on his back on the roadway in a pool of blood with gunshot wounds to the back and left arm. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Fisher folk impacted by Windalco effluent spill yet to receive compensation. The Fisher folk who were impacted by a toxic discharge in the recovery from Windalco's effluent holding pond in July have not yet received the compensation that should have been paid out to them last week. This as they did not agree with the terms under which the money was being paid over to them by the government. More than 100 fisher folk had their livelihoods disrupted by the effluent spill in July. Farmers and others who depend on the water source were also impacted. The compensation of $16 million, which should have been paid over last week, only covers lost income for a period of 10 days. The fishers are represented by local interest group Friends of Recovery. Speaking with reporters during an interview, Friends of Recovery representative Mr. Garden noted that the fisher folks did not agree to signing an agreement that they believe infringed on their rights. Mr. Garden indicated that the people have submitted a counter-offer.
The fishermen have not gotten their compensation. The government has submitted a document for them to sign and relinquish all future claims and to indemnify the government and all its agents of any legal implications. When we look at it and we submitted it to the people overwhelmingly rejected that. Our lawyers have done up a second document offering the government an opportunity to allow the fishers to sign and receive this meager compensation that they're offering them without have to subject themselves to giving up their constitutional rights. So we are awaiting the attorneys of NEPA to submit a response to our proposal, our counter proposal. The fisher folk will not give up. They will not relent, and they are not going to give up their constitutional rights to please this government or any government, whether now or in the future.
Principal of Retirement Primary still recovering from attack. Parents threaten to keep children out of school if promised fence not erected. The principal who was shot at the Retirement Primary School in St. Elizabeth earlier this year is still recovering from the attack and is reportedly traumatized by the incident. On October 21, Principal Anne-Marie Terralong had to be rushed to hospital after being chopped to the head and upper body by a man she was trying to remove from the school. The incident rehashed conversations about safety in educational institutions. In providing an update, the school's chairman, Herman Samuels, told reporters that the principal is recovering at home from her wounds, but he fears the psychological scars will take longer to heal. Meanwhile, Mr. Samuels said he hopes the Education Ministry will follow through on its promise to erect a fence around the school. He noted that while a security post has been erected since the incident, parents and staff are still stressing the need for the fence. He said some parents have threatened to keep their children out of school until the fence has been put in place.
She is still home. She's been affected psychologically. I must be honest. It's really affecting her. The last time I spoke to her, the wounds can get better, but emotionally, that's what is happening to her now. So, yes, she's recuperating, but the environment for her, it's kind of tough now, realizing what had happened to her. She could have lost her life there. I think the whole environment now it's going to create an impact on her, and it has been. There are so many avenues to get on the compound. It's a big area, but all the that we need is just for the small area of the school ground to be fenced. We are still waiting because the parents are very, very adamant about it, and we don't want school to have a rocky start in January in terms of the fencing, because the parents, they are very, very updated on it, and they said that no fencing, no school. From my perspective, and the way it was said, I thought it would have been up or at least under construction now. But that's our main concern, both teachers, parents, and the community.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness pledges more support for facilities that cater to seniors. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has pledged that government will be spending more money on facilities that cater to the elderly and vulnerable. He made the announcement while speaking at a Christmas treat for seniors recently. This was the first time in 2 years that the annual treat was held, having been suspended due to the pandemic. Speaking at the treat, the Prime Minister noted that citizens have gone through a difficult time with the pandemic, but the country is recovering nicely. He said as efforts are made to improve the country's infrastructure, facilities for seniors must be included.
I know that the circumstances and conditions under which many of you live presently is not the best, and it is something that is always on my mind. And as we seek to improve the economy, improve our infrastructure, we must also improve the services and facilities we have for our seniors and our vulnerable, our shut-ins and our indigents. And so I want to give you the assurance that we will be spending more resources to improve the conditions under which you now live.
Opposition leader raises concern about how vendors are treated by municipal authorities. Opposition leader Mark Golden has raised concern about the way in which vendors are treated by authorities of the various municipalities across the island. This is in wake of a viral video showing what appears to be municipal police officer attempting to seize goods of persons vending on the side of a street. Reacting to the video, Mr. Golden lamented what he described as heavy-handed method to deal with a social problem.
When you watch this video, you see agents of the municipality using heavy-handed, draconian methods to deal with what is really a social problem as much as it is a legal problem of vending. I'm not sure of the timing of this video as to when this incident took place, but it cannot be that the authorities of this country treat with people who are just trying to make a lawful living in that way. It is wrong. Destroying their goods, destroying their stalls. This is the kind of thing that enrages our population and builds such a profound sense of injustice among our people. We must find a better way of dealing with issues like this, which go to the heart of the problems Jamaica has.
Trelawney Police report 61% clear-up rate for crimes. The Trelawney Police are reporting a 61 clear-up rate for serious and violent crimes. Deputy Superintendent of Police DSP Winston Milton is hoping that the ability of the police to complete these cases and make arrests will be a deterrent to crime. DSP Milton says the plans implemented by the Trelawney Police will allow persons to do business in a safe environment.
We have had a very good clear-up rate since the beginning of the year. We were severely impacted during the first 2 quarters of the year with violent crimes, particularly murder. But we were equally successful in clearing up these murders. Of the 38 that has been recorded since the start of the year, we were able to clear up some 65% of those, and that is really above the national average. Overall, we're seeing a 61% clear up of serious and violent crimes, and that speaks really to the commitment and the capabilities of our investigative team. And we believe this is good because it acts, in our opinion, as a deterrent to the commission of serious and violent crimes. So far we have scaled down activities in our administrative offices. And we have redeployed those assets on the street. Consequently, there's an uptick in the police presence on the street. We know that historically, just about this time of the year, there is an uptick in the number of persons using our street, both in terms of pedestrians and motorists. So we have planned for this. We certainly will ensure that through prudent deployment and policing methodology, we are able to, afford our clients an opportunity to do business in a safe environment whilst they're in the parish.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification